YouTube, what's poppin', what's Gucci, what's happening, how is everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at, whatever time zone. How are you guys? I'm back with another video. This is my little cousin Adrian. He's one of my apprentices. I've done this haircut multiple times, so this is more of just a quick low taper or a bald low taper. I have a 6 on top. He likes keeping it fairly dark. So what I'm using is my JRLs using the 6 with the lever closed. This time I did it a little bit different. I'll set my first guideline with the trimmers, set it up, use the balders, and after I use the balders, I'll set my first couple guidelines, but you don't see it fully in the video, but I'll go with the 4 and I gradually start fading down. I'm not going to do both sides of the tapers just because, like I said, I've done this video before. So I just want you guys to see more of the hair cutting. So what I'm using right now is just the balders, trying to get that first guideline out. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to use my second guideline, which is setting the lever open and flicking out. His hair is nice and thick, and his skin complexion is a lot lighter. So the contrast of the haircut really does pop when he does bring out the tapers. It really complements his hair shape too. So right now, all I'm doing is just really just tapping at the line. I'm still going to set my third guideline, which is my 1 closed, and just setting at it. What I'll use is the half guard or the 1/16th, and just start gradually flicking away, little by little. I like this video because I'm showing more of the detail work, as in I'm using the lower guards or the blade, just so you guys can see how I usually fade. Now, I fade pretty fast. There's no rush. You guys take your time. I always say, take your time. There's no rush. So right now, I'm going to use the 4 and just scoop out. As you can see, just taking my time, making that C cup motion, that circle half moon crest on the taper. You don't get to see it, but I fade down. Right now, I skipped a lot of the guards, but I'm using a 1.5 open, and little by little just closing the lever to softening up that line. I did use the 3 and little by little closed it, then the 2, little by little closed it. This is obviously now the 1.5 closed now. Now I'm using the 1 open, flicking out, just trying to blur that line out and try and keep as much bulk and darkness on the side of his head. We don't want to give him a high fade. He's not asking for a high taper. He's asking for a low taper, C cups. I'm really just focusing on that bald taper, really focusing on the lower guards, really just flicking out, taking my time. Like I said, I did not do or record both sides, so after this, I'm going to go straight to the back of the neck. Right now, I'm using my first guideline, which is just taking the trimmer and setting the bald guideline. You guys let me know if you guys like these angles. I'm always trying to get new angles. Let me know if you guys like them. I can always switch it up. Once I set the bald guideline, I got to go straight with the balders. What balders do you guys use? You guys let me know. I like the walls. I know there's a lot of people that use the Babyliss ones, or they use the big handheld one. So right now, I have a 4. Like I said, I have a 4, and I'm just scooping out, taking off as much bulk, but blending it to the ridge of the head or the occipital bone. And all I'm going to do is little by little just start fading down lever by lever. So I'm going to set my first guideline. I cut this haircut differently. He likes the bulk, so I'll set my bald guideline. I'll set my guideline with the half open and then the 1. And then instead of keep blending up, I'll go with the higher guards and start blending down and meeting in the middle. That usually keeps the bulk, usually keeps the darkness, usually keeps the bald guideline fairly low. So if you guys have trouble always with doing this haircut and you want it nice and dark, try doing the first couple guidelines in the beginning and then skip to the last and then just blend down. That should keep it nice and dark. So I set my first guideline, which was the 1. Then I used the 1.5 to get it out. There were still some blemishes, so I used the open guard. Now you see, now that's the 3 open. Like I said, I just blended the first part, and I'm going to just start fading down little by little, taking my time. This style usually takes probably 10 to 15 minutes extra longer just because you're blending from very long to very short in a very small amount of space. I'm using my 1.5, just keep flicking out little by little. You guys see me just little by little, taking my time. There's no rush. Now I'm using the 1/16. And just lining up that line. All you're doing is in the fade is just lightening up lines, going from dark to light. There I am again, scooping out, trying to get that just middle part to just blend in nice and natural. No rush. At the top, you see me flicking extra out so it blends in. It gives it more of a flare out look instead of just going straight to a box. Little by little, just lining up that line. There's no rush. You guys tell me, I usually do it completely different. This is a way I keep my hair nice and dark for my clients. You guys tell me if you like it. Now, I'm lining up his pistachio. Yes, his pistachio, his mustache, his goatee. I like doing facial hair first before the lineups. I feel like it makes the lineup pop, in my opinion, once I finish the lineup. I'm using right now some spritz, just some spritz to lay his hair down. He has thick hair, so you need that. You need that to just make the haircut pop, just stand out. Don't forget to fold the ears when you go around the ears. Like I said, his hair is thick. I have to go over his front line multiple times. And on the other side, his hair grows a different direction. So I have to more or less kind of maneuver the bald guideline or the lineup, if you will. And instead of going straight down, I have to go across and cut off those excess flyaway hairs that don't want to buzz off. If you guys are wondering, this is a 6 all around with a low burst taper. Tell them to keep the bulk in the C cups. Almost every barber will know what that means. Now all I'm doing right now is just finishing up with the straight razor. I feel like every haircut should finish with the straight razor lineup, with or without shaving gel. Some people need it, some people don't. I like using it without just because I feel like the haircut doesn't get all smudged with all that shaving gel or shaving cream. Like this, it looks nice and crisp and clean. You guys tell me, did I bar up my little cousin, my apprentice Adrian? Did I make him look fresh? Does he look ready to go out? You guys tell me. Throw a thumbs up if you like this haircut. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell your boy. Tell your girl. Tell whoever. I go by Blessed by Abe. Thank you guys.